After a hard day at work or sitting in a hunched over position, you probably want to stretch out your lower back. So, let's hit it. Quick one today, we're going to be focusing on stretching the lower back as we mentioned, so feel free to just follow along. You don't need anything except a mat, or if you want to, just a comfortable floor, carpet, anything that works. Make sure you're not going to have anything that's sliding around on you. Alright, so first we're actually going to get down onto all fours. And we'll slide forward, straightening out our spine into a cobra position. Similar to upward facing dog, only difference is that our hips are not off the ground this time. We're just relaxing into it. Have your chest come forward, shoulders back, head facing forward. Don't overextend the arch here, you're not trying to make yourself into a C. Just keep ourselves upright for another few breaths. And again, just relax into it. Don't force anything, don't overextend anything. Alright, back up here onto all fours. So we'll briefly go into our downward dog position. Float the left leg into the air, swing it through to the level of the hands. So our foot is now facing outward, our leg is as straight as you can make it, with the back leg straight behind you. We're just going to come down here onto our elbows as much as we can. If you need to have one arm back to keep the leg as forward as you can, it's also fine. But as long as it's not just completely inward, try and keep that foot out as much as you're able to prevent yourself from rotating outward. Keep yourself flat so your chest is down. Again, don't force anything you're not able to do. Just breathe through it and relax as much as you can. Stay here for just another few breaths, and we'll switch sides. Alright, placing our hands back down on the mat or the ground. Go ahead, slide that leg out. Back into downward facing dog, this time shooting your right leg into the air. Bring it through, knees to the hands. Do what you can to straighten that front leg out. This one's a little tighter for me today. And again, coming down on our elbows here, stretching out that right hip. You'll notice today we're doing a lot of hip work and a lot of muscles in the inner groin. Muscles there really are what drive lower back pain. So as everything connects from your glutes or your muscles around the hips themselves, they kind of connect to the lower spine. That tug or tightness that you feel is actually coming from where the hips, the muscles in the hips connect. That's what we're focusing on, stretching out our hips and legs and inner groin today. Stay here for another few breaths. Alright, work yourself back up to a seated position. We will have our right leg out in front of us, left leg crossing over top of the right. Our right arm comes up, so our right elbow is over top of the left knee or beyond the left knee. We're going to drive with that right elbow into the knee, pushing against one another to get a stretch on the outer part of that left leg. You can walk your hand back a little bit if it's not comfortable in that position or if you feel too crunched. But try and keep an active push on your elbow against the knee. The more you twist into it, the more you'll also feel it. But again, don't feel like you need to force anything. Don't hyperextend anything. We're just working progressively, easing up tension on the lower back. Alright, go ahead and release that elbow. Straighten the left leg out. This time we'll replace that with the right. So right crosses over the left leg. Left arm now goes over top that right knee, twisting into it, pushing with that left elbow into the right knee. twisting the back and the upper body. Again, if you want to, you can walk that hand out a little bit, lean back a little further if you want to loosen the stretch, or if it feels too tight. You can take that left hand, you can plant it on the ground. This is a way to add extra force into the stretch. Another way to kind of push against it so you really get maximum stretch in that right hip. We'll stay here for another few breaths and we will get going to the next one there. All right, go ahead and release that. This next one, we are on our backs. That was the right leg, so let's take our left leg now. Go ahead and bend the knee. Take both hands, wrap them together, pull the knee towards your chest. You can have your head back on the floor for this one, just resting, relaxing. I usually like to take mine and pull it a little bit to the outside of my chest rather than just the chest itself. This can get a little extra depth that way. I'm going to add a little bonus to the stretch. So go ahead and take your right hand, grab your ankle, and tilt up and in just a little bit. And we'll perform a muscle stretch to this. Again, this is something you want to force. You don't want to push anything beyond what your body's ready to do. Just a slight tilt is all you need. Keep pulling up towards the chest at the same time. All right, release that right hand first. Then the left, let the leg go back to the floor. And we'll do the same with the right. So bent knee, both hands grab, pulling the knee to the chest or to the outside of the chest if you can get a little extra depth. And we will stay here for a few seconds first. All right, let's go ahead and add the extra period twist. So go ahead and grab the left hand to the left ankle. Twist and pull in while keeping the leg up towards the chest. All right, let's go ahead and release the left hand first. Now the right, let the leg come back to the floor. We'll work ourselves back up to a seated position. Up onto our knees now. Sitting on those knees for just a second as we slide forward into child's pose. Your knees can come out, fanning outwards like a V, toes pointing inwards, almost touching. Just want to walk yourself back just a little bit so you feel that stretch in the inner groin on both legs. Hands can be out in front of you, hands can add a little extra push into the stretch, whatever is most comfortable for you. Again, make sure you are not forcing anything. Stay here for just a few breaths more. As well, that can put you right to sleep. So feel free to stay in that position as long as you'd like. We will say goodbye here. I'm in a half up position. It's comfortable. Thank you guys for joining us today. Please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below if there's anything you'd like to see us get to in the future. And as always, no matter where you are in your fitness journey, you'll always fit in with us. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.